Firm has been hired to carry out a review into complaints about the workplace environment at Rideau Hall in Ottawa. The allegations from former and current employees came to light in July and claimed that the Governor General, Julie Payette, created a toxic workplace at Rideau Hall. Payette later issued a statement saying she welcomed this review. An Ottawa-based consulting firm has been selected by the Privy Council to conduct this investigation. Let's bring in Michel Boyer, who is standing by in Ottawa with more on this review. Michel, walk us through it.
Yeah, berating employees, screaming, being difficult, embarrassing people. Those are the allegations that are being made against Governor General Julie Payette and her closest advisor, her secretary. So right now, I could tell you that the Privy Council office has brought in an independent consultant to go in, interview everyone, past and present, who've come and gone through Julie Payette's time in office. To figure out exactly what went wrong. And we'll walk you through some of the basics of what has been laid out by the Privy Council office, which is really the political arm of, the public service arm of the Prime Minister's office. Take a look at this. So they're going to go in. They are going to meet with Governor General Julie Payette and her office. Then they are going to go and try and get details about what happened here. So we're talking about collecting facts from current and former employees to precisely understand the allegations of workplace harassment and or behaviors that would create a toxic workplace. And then comes time for the report. It's going to include a description of the nature of the incidents. It's going to talk about whether the incidents are actually deemed inappropriate. And then what are the next steps going to be? These are issues that have been swirling around Rideau Hall, Todd, for quite some time. There's been a high amount of turnover, and even here in Ottawa, people who I know who have been with Rideau, who had been with Rideau Hall for quite some time, have ever since Julie Payette came into her role, have decided that it's just time to leave. There are dozens and dozens of those kinds of stories. And now the Prime Minister's office and the PCO want to put an end to it and come up with some recommendations.
Yeah, absolutely. And no doubt there are interesting conversations happening behind the scenes and behind closed doors. What about the Prime Minister? What's Justin Trudeau saying about the investigation and the allegations?
Let's keep in mind that Julie Payette is, to a degree, technically Justin Trudeau's boss. What he has said is that Rideau Hall is a federal institution, is governed by federal regulations. He says that nobody should be subjected to a hostile workplace, to workplace harassment, and has left it at that. That has, there have been calls from opposition parties to continue to investigate even further, to kick Julie Payette out. Can't necessarily do that with a little flip of the switch. It's pretty difficult. It would also involve the Queen, but seems like he's really keeping himself at an arm's length from this, at least until the investigation is complete. Todd.
And you alluded to it a moment ago. Let's just dig a little deeper. This is not the first time Julie Payette has come under fire. Michel, what can you tell us?
Most recently, there's been her questionable use of aircraft, the government aircrafts. She has a cottage, a private cottage. I believe it's in the Laurentians, and she would fly from Ottawa to Mirabel. It's really not a far drive, Todd. I did it this past weekend. It does not take a long time, but she's come under fire for using her government aircraft for that when she could have driven. Also, there has been a lot of concern about whether or not she is available for her duties as Governor General. Whether that's swearing in ceremonies, whether that's, giving royal assent to bills, so there have been concerns that she is just difficult and not always available when the government needs her. It is her one and only job, after all.
Of course. Thanks for this, Michel, laying it all out for us. Appreciate it.